In today's tight economy, there are a number of great ways to cut expenses. One of the ways that you can do it in your home garden is to grow a vegetable garden. That way you're reducing the cost of your grocery bill. But you have to do it correctly.
So there's basically two ways that people really wind up spending too much money on gardening and not getting the savings that they had anticipated. One is by basically fighting nature, and that is by choosing a garden site that has low fertility and you wind up using a lot of amendments or a lot of fertilizers, or a site that drains really poorly and you wind up having to put in artificial drainage. Basically, your site selection is a very important component of saving money in the first place. On top of that, you want to choose plants that are well adapted to your environment. If you're choosing plants that are always going to be riddled with insects or disease or can't stand your climate, you're going to be replacing them all the time, you're going to be trying to treat their diseases all the time, and that input cost for pesticides, herbicides, things like that is going to wind up losing you money as well. Second major thing that you run against is going overboard on what you're planning on spending on your garden. People like machinery, they like to buy big rototillers, they like to buy fancy garden tools, they even want to buy clothes from high-end gardening catalogs. All those kind of things are going to wind up taking whatever kind of savings you've made on your grocery bill and erasing those very quickly. So make sure that you start thinking about some ways that you can save money on your garden.
Some great ways to save money are ways to share things. So if you can share a packet of seeds, if you can share some equipment, if you can share other resources like compost or fertilizer, anything that you can do to reduce that initial cost will increase what you save in gardening. And when you share things, you're also working in community. You're sharing things with your neighbors or your community gardeners. And that's also a great way to kind of share information too. Community gardening is a great way for those people who have apartments or who have limited space to actually grow a garden. So check around. There might be a local community garden that you can be involved in and share a lot of things.
Well, we were kind of hoping to get experience doing an organic garden, and we figured that a community garden would be a great place, first because we didn't have any land of our own, and second because we'd be able to share the tools and especially the knowledge. And we're hoping that we'll get enough food from it so that we can have some to eat fresh and then be able to save some, put it away for winter later.
So community gardens are a great way to save money. You don't have to own land, you don't have to own equipment, and you can share a lot of knowledge. If you can find a community garden locally, it's a great resource to take advantage of. In all likelihood, you'll want to check with garden clubs, with local extension offices, with even around apartment complexes that have a lot of people who would be interested in gardening but not a lot of land available to them. So I highly recommend taking advantage of a community garden resource if you have one in your hometown.
Yeah, I've enjoyed doing it a lot. A lot of the, I guess, hard work things are sort of shared already, especially tilling the plot. And if I don't know what I'm doing, there's a really open community that is willing to help with suggestions or try out different things. And it's pretty affordable. I would definitely recommend it.
Another place for great resources are Extension Publications or Iowa State Extension. We have a number of publications on where to locate your garden, how to grow tomatoes, how to do a soil test, a number of vegetable gardening publications you can check out and download for free. You can also visit your local county extension office because they have great resources like master gardeners who can answer some of your questions.